Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope that y'all can hear us okay, see us okay. Hope you're doing okay on this, what is for us, a dreary Monday morning. But we're here. We made it. If you're watching us live, then you know we were a little late this morning. If you're not, you know, you're watching on replay, you don't even know. You don't even have a clue.
We're right on time for you.
We're right on time for you. But everybody, it is Monday, and it feels like a Monday for me. I don't know if it does for you, but it is feeling that way.
It does. We had a long event weekend.
A very long weekend. And speaking of long, how was your weekend? First of all, how was your weekend? Let us know in the comments how your weekend was. We do care. We do care. Like if it was terrible, we want to know. I mean, we're probably not going to ask why. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into the weeds with you.
Well, it might make us feel better about ours. So, I mean,
very
you can
true.
encourage us with your crappy weekend.
That's very, very true. Like if you are, I don't know, 53 and you found out you were pregnant, that's going to make me feel better about a lot of things. So let us know how your weekend was. It definitely feels like a Monday. Oh, yes, it does. People are saying. Speaking of things that are super long and boring and made me want to take a plastic fork and use it to gouge my eyes out. David, tell them what we did.
So Friday we saw a wonderful movie. It actually was a good movie on the very long side. Killers of the Flower Moon.
We probably should save this for Friday because Fridays are pop culture days. But I want to spare you all the pain of going to see it this weekend. You see, I think a lot of us have gotten out of the habit, if it were, of looking at the time of a movie. I think a lot of us go into a movie thinking, I'm going to be here for an hour 45, 2 at the most. You know, unless you know you're going to see the Taylor Swift movie. Otherwise, we don't really look at the time. Had I known that Killers of the Flower Moon was 3 hours and 46.
No, 26. Yeah.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah.
Pardon me. 3 hours and 26 minutes long, I'd have rethunk that. Okay? Because by the way, Gone with the Wind is 4 hours and there is an actual intermission in the middle of it.
But I don't think they could have had an intermission in this because I don't think everyone would have come back.
David. In Gone with the Wind, people are like, I know it's been a long time, but I got to see how that love story turns out. This is people are like, I don't care.
I get the gist.
We get the gist.
It was a beautifully shot movie. It was very well acted. It could have been 2 hours long. But yeah, it just, yeah. And a very interesting story. The story in general is a very interesting story as well. So.
Well, I want to ask on the comments, just a yes or no. Has anybody seen it? Because if so, there is a question that I have. It's about the Osage tribe. I love cowboy Indian things. I love to hear about Native American life, and I just love that kind of stuff. But the Osage people, which are beautiful, wonderful, wealthy people, they want their the white people are jealous because they discovered oil, and so they want to get rid of them. And so it's the story of that. Has anybody seen it though? Because there's a question that I have. Right in the middle of the movie, for some odd reason, they bring up the fact that in other parts of the nation, racial riots are going on between blacks and whites, and they bring it up, and what's the director's name? Scorsese does it as if all of a sudden it's like a news flash, and it's like the black and white news, like, and at the bottom of the screen, it's got racial riots broke out in Alabama, segregated school blown up today, little girls. It says Fox News. Can somebody help me with that? Because Fox News, I did not think even was a thing until about 20 years ago.
Well, it's probably been something longer than that, but I don't know if it's.
David's going to Google it. But why would it say Fox News on it? That doesn't even to me make any sense. I don't think it should have had any news. Who knows what was the news back then? I guess maybe in the 40s and 50s.
Although you're right, it's only 27 years old.
It's 27 years old.
And you're sure that that's what it said? I didn't see that. You said it, and I was like, I didn't catch that.
100% sure. Said it several times. Fox News. I don't get that. Can you Google why Martin Scorsese would do that?
Yeah, if you'll just keep talking.
Fox News, it said. It said Fox News. Fox News is what it said. I'll tell y'all what. Leonardo DiCaprio, he looked better being killed being mauled by a bear, being sexually harassed by a bear in Revenant, or whatever it's called, than he did in this movie. He looked just like a set of brothers that I used to ride the school bus with at Hudson. I don't know where they are now. No. Let's see. It's interesting. Walter Cronkite on CBS. Give me CBS News. Give me CBS News and Walter Cronkite. But don't tell me Fox News. It's only been around 27 years. But I thought the Indian woman in it was so pretty. I thought she was very, very pretty, and she did great. So I'm trying to spare y'all. Should we have saved it to Pop Culture Friday? Probably, but I'm trying to spare you guys. There's also another reason why. As soon as he gets that, there's nothing about it. Oh, okay.
So I'm starting to think that it wasn't.
David, don't do that to me. I 100% saw it. That makes me mad. No, that makes me mad. That makes me mad when you think I saw something wrong. No, I didn't. I know how to spell fox. Well, can you see the wolves in this picture?
Why don't you?
Can you see the wolves in this picture? That's a famous line in the movie.
Why don't you go? Why don't you go back and watch it today?
Why don't you go back and watch it today? Why don't you go back and watch it today? Yesterday was Saturday was my mother's birthday. And my dad offered to get my mom Astros tickets to the game. He said there were some down front. And he said, Annette, let me take you to the Astros game for your birthday. And my mom said, I'd rather just have lunch with my family. So 23 of us went to lunch yesterday at one of her favorite restaurants in Nacogdoches. And we're all sitting there having lunch as a family. And Jeremy says, hey, Annette, this is what your daughter was doing on your birthday. And he picks up his phone, and it is a picture of me, okay, sound asleep in the movie theater. And when I sleep, David, tell him.
Are you sure?
Yes, you can. I don't care.
You're not going to strike me?
I might strike you for a myriad of reasons.
Her and her mother both do the same thing.
And my Aunt Melba.
Your Aunt Melba too? Mm-hmm. But the head cocks back just a little bit, and where there is normally no underbite, there becomes a very large underbite.
I do this when I sleep. I didn't know this, but like if I doze, I don't think I do it at nighttime when I'm asleep, but if I doze off somewhere, especially in the car, it's like this. That's embarrassing. What's also embarrassing is when you do it in a movie theater and your best friend takes a picture of it. Second only to him pulling it out at the family lunch and showing everybody, hey, Annette, this is what your daughter was doing on her birthday. And it's me just like this. I look like I'm howling at the moon. But that's how Flowers of the Killer Osage Moon did to me.
But what did you think about the ending?
What?
What did you think about the ending of the movie?
Oh, I thought you meant the ending of my mother's lunch. I'm like, I guess it was fine.
No, what did you think of the ending of the movie?
I don't know. I went to Bath and Body Works and bought myself a candle.
There was about 20 minutes left, and she's like,
I'm out of here.
I'm going to get some candy.
I took the car keys. I went and got a candle. I stopped in and watched Taylor do her last two songs, and I hit the road, Jack. And came home to what was inevitably the craziest, wildest weekend that we've ever had with teenagers. And we've had teenagers a lot in our house, but they go home. You know what I'm saying? Like after a while, they go home. This weekend we had 2 teenagers and they did not go home. They were here for 52 hours. I counted it up. The minute that they left, I looked at my kids and said, I was like this, bye y'all. We love you guys. Be safe driving home and y'all can come back anytime to the Radke house. Okay, bye. 52 hours your friends were here. 52 hours. And Rocco went just like this. 24 plus 24. 20. How are you getting 52? 24 plus 24 is 48 and 5 extra hours is 52.
4 extra.
Whatever, David. 52 hours them kids was here, and it was a lot, and I needed them to go home. And before y'all ask, how's Rocco and Taylor? How's Remy and Ryken? It's going to go down like this. Rocco and Taylor, they're in love. They're 15, and they know what love is. Okay? They know what it is, and we don't. None of us knew what it was at 15, but we have found the two souls.
You know the song, I Want to Know What Love Is? They could answer your question. They could. Just ask them.
I've got a... They know it. None of us have ever known it. Even in our marriages right now, we don't know how to truly love each other. But God has placed Taylor and Rocco on the earth to teach us. Okay? And then there's Remy and Ryken. Okay? This ain't going to last. Just hear me now. This ain't going to last. Girl gets bored. Girl gets bored. How do I know? Because when Ryken, one evening he was in the kitchen and we were talking and laughing and I said, Ryken, you know, you could do so much better than Remy. And he said, well, I think I'm going to have to try. And I said, why is that? And he said, oh, she's already told me, you know, I get bored really quick. So there's Rocco, who knows how to be the world's greatest expert on love, and there's Remy who really wants nothing to do with it. So she told him that, you know, I get bored really quickly. So I don't think he's holding out a lot of hope for this to last long, and it ain't going to. But he's as sweet as he can be.
Yeah, he's a nice.
Now he is a nice one. Now I'd trade. I'd get a trade up for him and then send her on. But anyway, they had a really great time. They all went to the haunted house. They all watched the scariest movie Remy has ever seen, which is called Strangers Part 2. Pray at Night.
Strange. I don't guess. Is that did we see the first one?
Yes. Me and you and Meredith and Brandon watched it all of us on one couch under one blanket, and we all were terrified. The Strangers is very, very scary.
That's at the lake or something like that. I mean,
This is David?
It is?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's about these people who live out, and then just somebody was going to want to give them a home invasion. That sounded like they wanted to give them a welcome home shower. Swarming. They did a home invasion on them and killed them. It's very scary. Then they came out with one called Strangers Part 2, Prey, Pray at Night.
Oh, I thought they were like having a prayer service.
No, Pray. David, there's Pray, and then there's Pray. And so they watched that because that's.
I always get Pray and Pray confused and night confused. Like there's night.
There's day and night, and then there's like King Arthur's night.
Yeah, I always get those.
There's day and night, and then there's Knights of the Round Table. Okay. So anyway, they did that. They painted some pumpkins. My front porch looks adorable. I ordered some new little things for my front porch, and then the girls made pumpkins. Taylor did a white thumbprint all over her pumpkin and then drew little ghost eyes in it. Remy just drew a giant picture of Phineas and Ferb on hers. She might be weird.
Oh, she is weird.
For sure. But we think she might be considered weird. Does anybody know?
I think she might need to be in about 8th grade. I think that would be about where she's at. Although I don't even think 8th graders are into Phineas and Ferb.
All right, then tell them about last night.
Well, last night was a little depressing. The Rangers beat the Astros.
What are you looking at me for? I'm wearing all black.
So we're into Game 7 tonight. Tonight, whoever wins, may the best team win.
That's a lie. We are the best team.
I know. That's why I said may the best team win. May the best team win. Astros, Rangers tonight. Whoever wins tonight goes to the World Series, and then the Phillies are playing the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks have to win tonight to stay in it, otherwise the Phillies.
Cares. Nobody cares. Nobody even states where the Diamondbacks and Phillies play.
Arizona and Pennsylvania.
I don't know anybody that lives there.
There's a lot of people. There's actually people on this.
I've never met anybody that lives in Arizona or Philly. I think they're made up. Texas is where it's at. Okay. And I was very, very upset last night. And I think that's why I went to bed. And I even took my night pill, but I could not go to sleep. My mind just kept racing and racing and racing. And so about 12 o'clock, I just got up, 12:50. I got up from my bed and I took what are those things I take?
It's a nerve pill.
I took a nerve pill.
That's a grannyism.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. And I got to put some nerve pills in my car because I was a nervous Nelly this weekend. And David and I had weddings to go to and birthday parties to go to. And I was just anxious all weekend long. I don't know what was wrong with me. And I would dig through my purse and my car and I couldn't find my nerve pills. And when I need a nerve pill, I need a nerve pill. Now, sometimes you take a nerve pill and your stomach has never felt better and you realize that's a mislabeled nerve pill. Okay, that's for your stomach. And then sometimes you take a nerve pill and you're like, my back feels stronger. Then you've taken a back nerve pill. So nerve pills cover a multitude of things. My mom has a bottle at home and it just says nerve pills. And when you open it up, there's some red, there's some green, there's some white in there. You don't know what you're getting. But yeah, I really did have
You know what? Maybe we should start a new candy called nerve pills.
Nerve pills. David, that's not a bad idea.
They could.
And it looked like pills, but you open it up, it's all different colors.
You know, just like when we were kids, candy cigarettes were a big deal. Well, we're going to become profiteers off of the epidemic.
The opioid epidemic.
We're going to make nerve pill candies.
And being serious, though, I had a very anxious weekend, and I can't figure out why. And I know y'all are going to be like, well, there's teenagers at your house. But I mean, like at night, the girls went to Noni and Poppy's and spent the night, and the boys stayed here. I mean, I don't know what it was. I felt very unsettled all weekend. Like, women, y'all will get this. If there's any men watching, you won't. Women, you will get this. But sometimes our insides are telling us something. That's how it felt for me all weekend. I felt like something was going on in my spirit. I know that sounds probably crazy maybe to some, but women's intuition, right? And I just was on edge all weekend long. And I don't know why. Radke is the sweetest guy, and Taylor we adore. So I don't know what the problem was. The wedding was beautiful. Our friends got married. The birthday party, surprise birthday party that we went to, we ended up staying late and having a great time and playing games. Church was wonderful. I sang on worship. We had my mother's birthday party.
Maybe you just had a lot going on.
It was a very full weekend, but thank you, Ann Chapman. She says, I felt unsettled lately too. Carrie Afflerball says, I understand that very well. Denise Harlan says, that's like a kind of discernment thing. Stephanie Summer says, yes. And Chris says, I hate that feeling when you can't get out of your own way. Yeah. So on a more serious note, because we've been laughing and having fun, but that's exactly right. Y'all are hitting the nail on the head. I have felt that, and I even felt it in my sleep last night. We did not go work out this morning. We're actually going at noon to the noon class, but we didn't go work out because I couldn't sleep. And when you can't put your finger on it, that's the worst. Is something coming? Right? Is something coming that I need to be aware of? Is something going on that I'm not aware of? I don't know. I don't like that feeling. It was just a really packed weekend, and then to feel that on top of it just was kind of a buzzkill. And then the Astros, it was just a whole thing. The Astros are as much as I love the Astros, they're the least of my worries. What's going on in here is actually far more in the same boat, But anyway, I did want to say something to you guys. Another thing that probably should be saved for a Pop Culture Friday, but I have now got my third or fourth comment on it, so I'm going to address it. A week or so ago, I told you guys about a book that I recently read called Saving Noah. And I'm so glad that a lot of you rushed out and got the book. More of you didn't, but that's okay. No, I mean, I don't care. But maybe y'all should have, because everybody that reads Saving Noah has emailed me and said, oh my gosh, what would you do? So we're going to talk about it. We are going to have an impromptu, really quick, in the next probably 9 days, we're going to have a Radke reading glasses on Saving Noah. Okay? We are not going to give you much time at all to read it because it is a very easy read. I got through the book in 2 days. Okay? It's a very easy read. I know some of you are busy, but you know what? You poop twice a day. That is 10 minutes a day. That's 10 minutes, 5 and 5. That's 10 minutes a day of reading you could get done. So listen, Tanya Irwin, it was when I got your email that I've thought, okay, we might as well just all talk about this because we're all coming from different places on this book. So here's what I would like for you to do. Go get the book, Saving Noah. You can get it from Amazon for like $13. Read Saving Noah, and in about 9 or 10 days, we are going to have a Radke reading glasses on it. Trust me when I tell you, you are going to walk away with opinions. You are going to walk away with opinions. Do not talk about it to anyone. Don't tell them your opinion. Don't tell them what the book is about. Let them be as shocked as you were when you read it. And if you remember, it's shocking all the way up until the end. Okay? Don't mention it, and let's just get together and discuss what we would do. Okay? So if you are a member of the Radke family, we will be putting up the date of that on the app and the time. Hopefully you can make it. If you are not a member of the Radke family, you just watch the Radke show, you are still invited. You're still invited to it. Over the next couple of days, I'll be telling you what date we're going to do it and what time we're going to do it. And you can get it free on Kindle Unlimited. That's how I read it.
So Kindle Unlimited, is it on Audible, do you think, maybe?
I'm sure it is, but you can get it free on Kindle Unlimited. So, and my feelings are changing as I talk to people about it. Then stop talking to people about it. Okay? It's only like $4.99 if you buy the book, but you can, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can get it for free. Okay? So no more discussion about it. Let's all read Saving Noah. Hold our thoughts, and then we'll discuss them later.
Very nice.
Anything else?
I don't guess so. We covered a lot.
We covered a lot. I feel like we've been here for days. Okay. Saving Noah. Yes, that's what it's called. And Melissa C. Stephanie Summers is happy to mail you hers. Send you her address. There you go. Y'all can just switch them out. I just now ordered it, Cheryl Palmer. Cheryl, hang on, sister friend.
Oh, wow.
Hang on. It's actually one of the only books that recently I was in the car with David, and I said, David, I just finished reading this book, and I got to tell you about it. And he's like, really? And then I told him, and he's like, what? And I said, I know, let's talk about it. And he's like, I don't think I want to talk about that. So, yeah. Anyway, you'll like it. I'm telling you, it's a good one. So love you guys. Have a wonderful Monday, if at all possible. And we will see you back here tomorrow. I have a pretty long golden moment, but it's full
golden
of valuable golden tidbits. Okay. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. First of all, a couple of words of advice today for golden moment. Number one is this. When I first started doing this show, I told everybody I was going to get dressed every single day. I was going to be dressed to the nines every single day, hair, makeup done. My first piece of advice to you is don't make promises that you cannot keep. Second thing is, years ago, I was on drugs apparently and thought I wanted to do some plus size modeling. And so I met with these people several different times. And one of the tips that they gave me is, hey, Melissa, don't wear makeup only wear it when you absolutely have to. And I never did any modeling for them because I can't walk in a straight line. That's the truth. But I did take that tip in and it has saved me. My face is so broken out lately. Only wear makeup when you have to. Don't be one of those people that you ain't got to wear around the house. Everybody in your house loves you. Okay. I'm not wearing any today for a YouTube show and the world can see me. Don't wear it unless you absolutely have to. Give your face plenty of time to breathe. That's a good word.